You see, it's part of the problem that I was going to talk about anyway. Sorry, I'm not bemused by what I just discovered now. It's network problem in Nigeria. Honestly, it is network issue. But having said that, the hotel I lodge in has a fantastic and first-class network, internet. So I will not put it down. They have fantastic first-class network because I've been using their network since internet since I came in, and I haven't had any problem anyway. So I think I'll give the hotel kudos because it's a first-class hotel in Lagos, and they have everything that is readily that are readily available for the uses of anyone who wants to network, who wants to do internet. So I will give the hotel a first class because they did very well. So there is no problem. It's a network issue, I accept it, but it can happen at any time. So the megabytes per speed is 115 Mbps that I just discovered now when I checked it. 115 Mbps. Now, if you calculate it, it means it's not bad. So I want to talk about green pastures. People moving from Nigeria to live elsewhere. Now, you can move anywhere in the world because sky is the starting point. Sky is not the limit of anyone that wants to travel anywhere in the world. Sky is the starting point. But the thing is that a lot of people do not really understand what they are looking for when they are going overseas. And that is the problem there. They say greener pastures is very good. It means, according to the dictionary, you are looking for a new opportunity, activity, something new, something that you have been possibly thinking of, and it happens and you have to go for it. Greener pastures. You know, in Psalm 23, you know, you read Psalm 23, you come across greener pastures where you say God led you to, you know. So it is something that we need to understand. When we are taking our destiny and moving it forward, we've got to know how to move it. You see, the situation in Nigeria makes me thinking, which side do I take? Why didn't you pick up my phone when I called you earlier on? So, sorry about that. Thank you, Mr. Roger. You know, so anyone has the liberty to travel anywhere in the world. Don't let us mix it up. Anywhere, anybody have that liberty to travel anywhere you want to travel to. I don't think there is anybody that can stop anyone from doing that. But before venturing yourself into it, putting yourself into that kind of situation, there are some things you need to take into account. A lot of Nigerians are suffering abroad, overseas. Even care. I will use my mouth to say it and reiterate again. In the United Kingdom, they have come over without knowing why they are coming. Because everybody is traveling overseas. And we're not a bag. They now want to travel. And they now travel in there. I'm struggling. No, it's not like that. When you are looking for a greener pastures, you really have to sit down, work out your mathematics, do your maths, do your physics, do your chemistry. In fact, the most important thing, it is not only in business we do it, visibility test. You do your visibility checks. Go around, go on a visit first and go and check whether it's something you wanted. You see, when you are on holiday, it is not the same thing when you are living there. The system is different because on holiday is just in and out. So you dash in and you dash out. So you don't really know the in and out of the grassroots of that country that you went to on a visit. So you got to ask questions from people on ground. You have to interview people, you have to mingle with people and go around and ask questions. The interview that I did with the Lagos State Television on Wednesday, I explained to them, the interviewer, I explained to them that the public needs to understand why they want to live, especially Nigerians. You know, they have to have primary objective. Yes, visibility study is necessary, thank you. You know, they have to have primary objective. The reason why they want to leave Nigeria and go elsewhere. Now, if you're in Nigeria, you don't have a husband, listen, you're in Nigeria, you're single, you are a graduate. You don't have a husband, you don't have a wife, you only have mommy and daddy and possibly your younger siblings. And you have graduated for almost 4 or 5 years, no job, nothing is happening. Of course, you need a greener pastures before you rotten. You go rotten before you mess your destiny up. You need a greener pastures. But when you are doing that kind of study, you've got to really be careful which country suits you best and which country you want to go to. Now, I don't believe in an aggregate where someone will tell me that they are a graduate from Nigeria and go to Arab to go and do a modo. Now. The way we have child, the way we give birth to a child in the house is the way we give birth to a maid, a servant. There's no two ways of doing it. It's the same method, same way. So if you want to travel for a greener pastures, you really need to do your test and understand where you are going to. Not to use your degree to go and do a model in somebody's houses, and when they will be spiting on you, throwing things at you, ridicule you, make you look idiot, make you look dejected, make you regret the day your mother gave birth to you. No, please don't accept that kind of second best. It's not even second best. That's about 10th best. There are some best before that period. Anything under first, don't take it from anybody. When it comes to looking for greener pastures, don't take it. You see, coming to United Kingdom is the first one I want to deal with. Coming to UK, a visit visa cannot do you the job. So when you are looking for your greener pastures with a visit visa, you are deceiving yourself. It won't do you that job because you'll be running from health and scarf, from one side to the other side of the road every day, checking whether the Home Office agent is coming behind you, the Secretary of State agent is running after you. So it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really worth it. Some people have come to see me and ask questions that they want to leave Nigeria. They want to go and work. In fact, majority of people who came to see me, they want to leave Nigeria. They want to run away. But would you blame them? You cannot blame them because the money is not going around. Nigerian money is for Nigerians. It's not for just 10 people or 100 people in Nigeria. It's over 180 million population. But Nigerian is so greedy. The leaders are very greedy. The money is just going into one pocket. Look at Dino Melaye. I use it and I say it again categorically. He's happy because they voted him second time to go and steal money. But what is Dino Melaye celebrating for? He is celebrating because he had the opportunity to go in again, to go and steal money, to go and take money he has not worked for. That's what Dino Melaye that's what is making him happy. Why other people are sovereign. Now the idiots that voted him in, they voted him in because they get money from him on the day election or the eve of the election day. And that's just it. They've sold their birthright. And somebody is telling me that it's norm, it's part of the system in Nigeria. For how long? Now a graduate has graduated almost 5 years ago, spent so much money. Why wouldn't that person look for a greener pasture? But when you are looking, think carefully, use common sense, borrow yourself a huge brain. Take some brains together before you do such journey. You make such journey. Because ọmọ only end up láti jẹgun. Kọ́mọ aláṣọ kó end up láti wọ àkísà. Which means that a meat seller child will end up eating bones. And it's not supposed to be. When your father is selling meat, you're supposed to reserve the best of the part of the meat for yourself in the evening. So after sale, you come back and cook that meat and eat the best part of that meat. But when you come back from market after sale and you are eating bones, you should be ashamed of yourself. Or your mother is selling clothes and you cannot show off and be proud of those clothes that you are selling. You should be ashamed of yourself. You see, I say things to people. I said, by your fruit we shall know you. If you are selling clothes and you don't dress well in the society, it means you have a problem, family problem. You should go and check it up. Because anyone selling clothes must be able to show it on their body. Fashion trend. People must be able to see you. And that's the typical example of where I'm heading to. If you're a hairdresser, you should be opulent. People should be able to see you upright, properly, clean and tinted. An hairdresser, because you'll be having contact, close contact with bodies. You'll be doing people's hair and you don't want to be smelling. Someone like me is very too tasty. When you want to touch my hair, I smell your body, I'll just give you an excuse that I want to go and pick something in my car. I won't come back. Oh yes, that is the way I am. So you've got to really understand what you are seeking, what you are doing. I just use that as an example. Don't forget I am a lawyer. So when I talk, I must be able to give example. That is the meaning of what I just said. people must be able to see you by the example, as an example of what you are preaching or you are portraying, you are selling or you represent. So, if you are going to leave Nigeria for good, leave it on a high class. Nigeria has a rank in the world, and it's recognized economically in Africa. They recognize them first. In fact, Nigerian economy is booming. The problem we are having is management about Nigerian money. Quincy, stop distracting me. You understand? How can you? You understand? You see, the management is the problem that we're having in Nigeria. And until we get it right, it's going to be difficult for people to be able to stay in Nigeria and move forward. There is problem, and there are problems in Nigeria. I gave you a typical example when some group of boys went to bar or clubhouse and spent overnight 7.9 million. Network, oh. Oh my God, oh. So, I mean, it's really that bad. And to really help people, the management system needs to be in place. At the moment, it's the management that is lacking. Because when the money comes round, Nigeria only relies on oil and nothing else. And that is the main reason why a lot of people are traveling overseas, leaving Nigeria for a greener pastures. But they are getting into trouble during that journey. And it becomes waste of money. Typical example, those who go to Arab Emirates country to go and work, there wasn't anything in place for them. Nobody is putting any better thing in place for them. You know, they're not putting anything in place for them. It's not assisting them at all. When the agents put the documentation together, they are not helping. They are not giving them the background knowledge, understanding of what to expect in the country where they are going to. And of course, if you are going to a country that you have not been before, it basically means that somebody has to be there to guide you, to direct you, to assist you. But in the scenario of greener pastures of Nigerians leaving Nigeria for better, for good, they don't have background knowledge, apart from the English-speaking country like United Kingdom that they come to. But then when you are coming to United Kingdom, you've got to know the reason why you are coming now. You've got to know the reason why you are coming. Because UK is not a greener pastures anymore. They don't have anything new for anybody coming in. It's so dry. United Kingdom system is so dry. In fact, as you can see, we are struggling with our political system because of Brexit. We've just been discovered now that we are looking for a way to see if we can just delay our coming out next week. Now, out of ignorant racism, hatred, they voted out. The reason why I say ignorant racism, hatred is because it's not only white that voted out. Both blacks and white voted out. When I interviewed some Nigerians, why did you vote to leave? They said because Europeans, everybody is coming in and taking their jobs. What jobs have you put in England when you left Nigeria? You did not put any job in England. So you should take as it comes to you. And don't forget that it was those European avenue, the EA national regulations that allow many people to have their status in England. That EA regulations is the opportunity for many people to have their status in England. So if you're a black person and you voted to leave, you are wicked because you have blocked the road for others that could have used that opportunity to have a stable life, a greener pastures in England. You have used it to block it because there is no more greener pastures. As soon as we Brexit, it's going to be more difficult for people that are coming in. So what favor would you say you have done to your fellow human being when you have decided to block them by voting out? Forget about our white counterparts. I know, Quinty. I know we might not even be living. I know. Forget about our white counterpart that voted out. They voted out as a result. You will not even say racism because it's white country. European Union is white nation. So it's not racism in this scenario. They didn't vote for blacks not to come into United Kingdom. They vote for white counterpart Europeans not to come in. So it wasn't racism at all. It's hatred, selfishness, out of selfishness, that makes them think that everybody is taking what belongs to them away. And look at it. Those jobs that they are not doing is the jobs that the Europeans are taking and the black people are taking. But the black people are now saying that the Europeans are taking those jobs before them. As a result of that, they voted out. When you voted out and vote to leave, don't you know that the Europeans will still be able to work? Because at the moment we are registering them for permanent residence. We are giving them permanent residence. So they will still be able to be ahead of you from non-European country. So you are blocking the greener pastures of those who are coming in to come and struggle. Like I said earlier on, if you're single, a graduate, no wife, no husband, no child, and only have mom and dad, of course you are looking for a greener pastures and you have graduated almost 10, 12, 5 years, 8 years ago. So you'll be looking for a greener pasture. But when you are taking up your greener pastures, please and please do your research methodology. Do your research methodology. Because if you don't do your research and you said you just want to travel out of Nigeria for better, for worse, it might be from frying pan to fire. And that's what happens to those in the Arab countries. When they asked me to advise on Lagos television, I did it bluntly, honestly. You see that you like me or you hate me. But do I even care about it? But the truth has to be said about this journey, because people are dying. People are dying. So I don't see it as a greener pastures for those living in Nigeria to go to Omar. What is in Omar for you to go and be slave there? And you think you are going for greener pastures? You rather work in a hotel in Nigeria and earn your money and still be with your family and be happy. Yes. That money that you are putting together to go to Arab to go and do Omodo, why don't you put it together and set a business in Nigeria? Ankara company is there. What is it called there? Eleganza company is there. Go to Eleganza and go and get 15. Go to Cement Ewekoro. Go to Dangote. Go and get business. Go and lobby with Coca-Cola and start selling Coca-Cola. Go and create a simple mathematics of getting the land and get water and let them come and do the whatever necessary on the land and purify it and start selling water. Bakery is there. There are so many things you can do in Nigeria, so many things you can sell in Nigeria if you're not lazy. Those money that you want to put together, it's not fair to go to Libya, to go to Oman, to go to Saudi Arabia, to Kuwait. Like I said last time in my program, and I reiterate again, they don't like us. It's about time we face reality as a black nation, Nigeria for that matter. Face reality. And stop pretending as if, oh, I don't care as long as I make my money. No, I do care. I don't do money. I don't do dirty things for somebody to pay me for. For what? I don't believe in that. I do care. I remember when I first returned to England, people were looking for jobs. And as a young person that just came in, just left parents, coming to England with British passport, they're looking for jobs. Other British friends of mine, they took on a job, a cleaning job. They said they are looking for money, but because they want to start buying clothes and buying this. I said, no, I'm not doing cleaning for anyone. I said, no, I'm not cleaning anybody's toilet. I said, no, I'm not doing it. So I refused to accept the offer of the job. I said, no, I'm not doing it. They offered me a job for standing, where is it? I said, no, I'm not doing it. So I went back to job center. I said to job center, I said, listen, I just came in a week ago and they have offered me jobs. I said, but the jobs they have offered me, they are dirty jobs. The woman put her head up and looked at me. I said, pardon? I said, yes. I said, they are dirty jobs. I said, I'm not doing it. I said, I'm British. The woman said, but you're just coming. I said, it doesn't matter. I am British. I have British passport. I said, why should I do dirty job? I said, I'm not doing it. I said, so I want to enroll on what is it called? Job center money then. Oh, gyro. They call it gyro for Munilu. Not this kind of money they are taking. They call it gyro or Munilu. I said, I want to enroll on gyro for Munilu. I said, because I just arrived. But the jobs I saw within a day or two arriving, they are dirty jobs. I said, so I'm not looking for that. I have British passport. There's a white woman, and I remember vividly today, it was at Catford area, SC6, you know, where I was interviewed. She looked at me. Don't forget I was young, and I wasn't naive. Young, but my head was head up because I was holding British passport. So my head was upright. So I said, no, I'm not doing the job. Now, whoever don't know me will think I am going for green pasture. Of course, I am coming to greener pastures, because Nigeria failed its youth. The reason why I left Nigeria at that time, I was one that invited my parents for a meeting. I remember that day, I said, Father, the way things are going in Nigeria, I don't think they have anything in place for youth. Let me start going. My father said, but you are not the oldest among the British children, so why are you going? I said, but I want to go. My destiny does not have to wait for my sisters, my siblings, before I get my business done, before I move on. So I need to go, Father. When I did not leave that man alone, the man answered me within 24 hours, gave me my passport, and gave me all the necessary documentation attached to it. So I went to Lagos State, Lagos. But before I went to Lagos, I submitted at Bodija in Ibadan, at Rotimi William Avenue. If you don't know what you want, you will then end up taking every insult from people. Now, they get about 800 to 1 million naira Nigerian currency from these people to take them into Oman, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, without them knowing what they are going for. They don't know what they are going for. Some parents sold properties, sold their land, sold everything, making life so difficult and unbearable. But at the end of the day, they got in there. The children those teenagers that go over there were like they are punishing them. It was like a slave trade. Because I saw them at the airport where they were going. These teenagers just finished secondary school. They are so small, they have not grown, and they don't even understand what they needed. But their parents have been brainwashed. So they have asked the parents to put the money down and told the parents that, oh, by the time these children come back, you will have finished building your house, you will have done this, you will have done that. It's like sending those children into slavery land to go and do slave work. I know network is playing up. I know, I can see. But Samsung is very good. Samsung did not cut me off. Samsung is putting it on recording and putting it back. Fantastic Samsung S9 Plus. What is it called? Samsung Tab 2 Plus or so. It's fantastic. It's a brand new one, latest. So that's really good. It's better than iPhone now. The iPad is really messing up. iPad would have shut me down if it's iPad. But Samsung is not shutting down. Samsung is putting it back on recording and putting it back again. So if you miss anything out, just join it up later on and watch it. You know, so those kids are being taken from their parents and sent to Oman, to Kuwait, to Saudi Arabia. Kini one more. What did they know about all these places they are going to? They have not traveled before. You know, they have not traveled before. So life is just unbearable. A greener pastures place is when you are looking for a new opportunity, not to go and enslave yourself. If you look at the Oxford Dictionary, how it explains what greener pasture means, pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. Happy weekend. Buy your mic, dear. How are you? You know, pretty straightforward what it's saying about greener pastures, you know. And even if you look into dictionary, into Bible as well, Psalm 23 also applaud it at the same time. So you just don't leave Nigeria for the sake of everybody's living. Like I said last time, you've got to know what your destiny wanted. If you don't know what destiny put in place for you, you will go and come back again. I remember about a year or some years back now, there are two different sets of people that I gave advice to, ask them to return to Nigeria. It was a difficult advice, but I was blunt in that advice. One of them was a student at that time. They were just introduced Tier 4 then. So he was struggling for renewal. And it was like the whole world want to come to an end. The renewal, they have messed up his renewal. Everything has messed up. It's not a Yoruba boy. So he now came to me for advice and asking me to look at the document and see if there's another way around. I look at the documentation. I said, no, you are single. you don't have responsibility, you don't have anything, it's going to be difficult to do it the other way around. I said, so if I were you, go back to Nigeria and go and see if you can reapply and come back. If not, the money you have put together, go back to Nigeria and go and use it to set up business. I then said it from just out of nowhere. I said, go and look for Dangote distributors and join them to become one of Dangote's distributor. I said, think about it. I said, it might be your chance to be successful in life. I said, the way I'm looking at you, it doesn't seem that you are getting it right in England anymore. I said, your destiny might not be attached to what is happening in England. So take another chance and return to Nigeria. So the guy listened to my advice. A month later, he returned to Nigeria and said, listen, Mr. Olagbaye, I am now in Nigeria. What I am doing, I'm trying to follow your advice, because it's like your advice is coming to my brain. Every time I sleep, I say, go and get Dangote distributors and join them. Go and join Dangote distributors. And that's what I said. But he's hearing that talking voice in his head when he sleep, like he's hearing my voice saying, go and join distributor. So what he did was that he went in search of the distributors and asked questions and find out how to do it. You know, that guy got more than 4 trailers today now. He has more than 4 cement trailers today in Nigeria. I have not seen him for years, but when he came back a year or 2 later, he came back to testify to the goodness of God in England, and they gave him visas easily. The reason why they gave him a visa is that as soon as the problem occurred, I saw it, I picked it up and I said, leave England, go back, don't stay, don't overstay. It was almost 8 years or 10 years ago. I said, return back, don't stay. Greener pastures he came for, but you can't find the greener pastures in England. It was the Nigerian that he left. That his opportunity was that in that Nigeria that he has to return back to and go and pick it up from where he left it. So when we're looking for an opportunity, a research must be done perfectly. It's like setting up a business. If you don't do visibility study, you're not going to get it right. When you are setting up business, you have to look at it in an area. Yesterday, I will not mention that area so that people will not know. You know, I went into an area and I said to one of my girls there, I said, listen, I need to take a chill before they finish what they're doing for me. Take me out and let me go and find something to eat. So she took me out, both myself and that my young lady went out to go and eat. So let me tell you one thing. When we get to that place to eat, to make money in life, it needs common sense. As long as people can drop their shoulder, you will make money. Honestly, in that Nigeria. These people that own that business, I see them as someone that may have, possibly they have returned them back to Nigeria from England. So possibly they look for a way out and they end up setting up Amala shop. Now those Amala shop, they now have over 10 branches. They have in Surulere, they have in Oju-Elegba, they have in Maryland, they have in this, they have in Ikeja, they have this, they have this, husband and wife. And I saw the woman controlling it yesterday. My goodness God, I was impressed. I was impressed. I saw the woman, the way she said, please, they are waiting to buy things. She called me. She said, Madam, are you waiting? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, please come through. I will serve you. She said somebody that they should take the things from us. She's not serving because of seeing me who I am. She's serving me because she saw me waiting and she took control straight away and starts distributing stuff and saying, listen, you stay there, you stay there, you stay there. I said to my lady that took me there, I said, if they don't make money, they'll probably making 100,000 a day. That girl said, what, ma'am? She said, forget it, ma'am. She said they are making well almost over 1 million a day. Of course, they will make over 1 million a day because within the small period of time that we stayed there to eat, 2 of us alone, we saw the large numbers of people on queue. We saw people coming in, and it wasn't local. It was one of those shops that they built and like a heatery. It was those shops that they built like heatery. That's the system in Nigeria now. Now, if you rented an apartment, a place like that, and you renovate it and put it in place and put it properly to your taste and have a location and target it, believe me, and to Lord, you won't let me anywhere. And to Lossie London, to Lossie UK, they don't have that class of person in stature. Because I saw that woman yesterday, I love her. I looked at her. She doesn't even have time for any other things going on other than that business. Very pretty black woman, sunshine. putting on nice Ankara with a nice head tie. You know, it was beautiful. Controlling the market at the same time, in charge of staff, management, finance, everything, moving it smoothly. When I asked question, I was told that they have branches. That they have branches elsewhere. Why wouldn't they have branches? It's because they have managed to understand what Nigerians need. One thing about Nigerian is fashion. You cannot lack it in Nigeria. So if you go into trading, selling, doing fashion, you must be upright and know exactly what you want. If you're selling cooked food, this amala, which that you will have to use your fingers to eat, you can't get it wrong. And the way Nigerians have diversified now, they have diversified in the way that they are not only selling amala pounded yam, they are selling macaroni, selling spaghetti, selling indomie, salad, everything, just to accommodate us coming from overseas. Just to accommodate us. Now, those kind of set of people, they don't need greener pastures anymore. Oriola ló wà Bayo Michael, kò sí ìlú ọlá. Those kind of family, God has given them an avenue to make their life and their children come in, and even their children life better. You see, thank you. You see, so many times, the reason why people failed in business is that they don't have focus. They don't have targets. Location is very important. At the same time, you got to discipline yourself. You cannot be in business and be calling friends and be carrying friends all about. Possible. A young lady came to my hotel yesterday to see me, to drop my everything for me. You know what she said? She said, I don't believe you are the only one in this hotel, in this room. I said, who am I going to be staying with? She said, no, I don't believe that it's only you in that room. I said, who else can be there? My husband is in England. So who else is going to be in the room with me? I said, it's all about discipline. She said, because most people that comes from overseas, they always bring friends or always go out and go and bring friends and go and do this and show off. But you always calm. You remain so calm. You come to us, you sit down in our shop, you play with us, you ask people to go and buy you drink, you drink your Coke there, you play with us. We don't even know who you are. Because I did not disclose my name to them. I did not disclose my job to them. I deal with them naturally. As if I am just somebody. I am just somebody. I did not even tell them where I come from. Thank you. You know, I did not even disclose the country I come from. I didn't let them know. I didn't give them my name. I didn't give them my profession. I did not let them know who I am. So I disguise completely. Everything, I change it around me. Because show off is what is killing us when we are doing things. We don't focus, we lack focus. Since I've been coming to Nigeria, this shortcoming was one that I will applaud, I will give kudos to. I achieved so many things in the space of the days that I have arrived. Because I have a car and I have a driver to take me everywhere I want to go. So I don't need Uber. A woman of my stature does not need Uber anymore. Nigeria is still a home because I'm a black woman. So that is my country of origin. But you've got to tread it carefully. That lady was saying that she did not believe me that I'm the only one in the room. I said, who is? Because it was a massive apartment I took on. I took on massive apartment because I just want peace for myself. I want rest of mind. I don't want anybody gallivanting on my head. I don't want any talk. So I just give myself that space, independent and be spacious and have my freedom to move freely, do whatever I want, you know. So I took on a big space. But she didn't believe me. The lady said, no, I don't believe you. She said, I don't believe you that you are the only one here. I think somebody is coming to, some people must have been coming to. So I said, no, nobody comes to me because I never make invitation for anyone to come and see me. You can make it in Nigeria only if you are intelligent, only if you know what you want, only if you have focus. ìgbà mìíràn most times ọ̀rẹ́ máa ń delay ìrìn àjò ayé èèyàn. They will delay your journey because they want to party, they want to enjoy, they want to flashy, they want to go out, they want to do this thing, and your destiny does not do those kind of flashy. That doesn't mean that you are not happy. It doesn't mean you're not wearing good clothes. It doesn't mean you're not eating good food. I eat whatever I like. The food in the hotel costs almost, at the end of the day, with the food and the drink is 5,000, 6,000 naira. So okay, show your money. Not be small person that will buy it, but I buy them, and I don't have any reason to complain. I buy them because I want peace. When you spend money, quality, you spend it on peace of mind. Think about it. But when you are setting up a business and you have a purpose, you've got to focus. If you don't focus, people will derail you. They will distract your attention. They will distract your attention. Honestly, they will distract your attention. Aṣọ ńlá kọ́ lèèyàn ńlá. It is not about putting all those big jewelries, about big clothes that people will know that you have change. One of the girls that sold my clothes, she graduated from University of Lagos, and she read botany, so she's supposed to be a botanist because botany read. But I interviewed her. I looked at her. And I said, what makes you, I said, what is your background? Because she's very beautiful, very intelligent, smart, and very outspoken, and very social, outgoing person. So the same straight away, she jumped at me. And straight away, my spirit like her, but I'm very reserved. I didn't jump. So I was very reserved in dealing with them. So I gave her business to do. I think the way she saw the numbers of clothes I asked her to sew for me, and the amount of money she charged me and what I gave her, I think that took her off the ground and said, but I could change all of my mind. But yet she didn't go for that money. She focused on her job. I now asked her a question. I said, what makes you go into this work? She said to me that she's a graduate. I said, sorry. She said, I am a graduate. I said, from which university? She said, Unilag. University of Lagos. I said, you went to Unilag? She said, yes. I said, okay, so why did you do this? She said she always loved fashion and always loved sewing ever since she was younger. So, and she discovered that her education is just to bring her up to the taste of those she wants to be dealing with. But at the end of the day, yes, but at the end of the day, what she said is that she decided to go into that fashion so that she can fulfill her ambition, her destiny in life. But her education is just to going into degree is for her to be able to meet with people of our status, of our caliber later on in life. That's why she had a degree, so that people will not say, oh, she's illiterate. But at the end of the day, she's now doing this fashion work, controlling it, supervising it, and I'm very impressed. I was impressed. I was very, very impressed the way she does things, the way she controls things, the way she handles matters. So I said to her that, how do you want to take this forward in this case? And I said, what if they ask you to come to travel overseas? She said she will not travel overseas because if she travel overseas, she will lose all these customers and everything that she has labored for will go in the drain, and then she will then find herself in a way that she will start working for people overseas. So she said she will not go to, she will not travel overseas other than on holidays. So I said to her, I said, I really like your thinking and very ambitious. And she has staff. She has almost 8-10 staff already that she employed and paying them on a daily basis. On a daily basis. Now, what I want to tell people is that she's a degree holder. She knew what Nigerian situation is, and she does not wait for Nigerian to come and feed her. What she did was that instead of going out to go and look for greener pastures that is not there for her destiny, she decided to use that greener pastures in that Nigeria and make use of it. Now, you and I that are coming from overseas, it is you and I that will be, patronizing her and sew clothes from her. And she will charge us to the fullest of her ability because you and I cannot do it. We don't know how to do it. The amount of money that I paid on each clothes is about 10,000 naira each. Yes, on each clothes that she sold for me is about 10,000 naira. In fact, some of them is 15,000 naira if it's well put together and stoned. You understand? The reason why I'm saying is that this could have been a wasted product if she traveled overseas to follow them to Oman, follow them to Kuwait. She'll have wasted for nothing. But instead of her to waste, she decided to stay in that country and make use of what is around her environment. You know, you can't work, you can't do anything. So the advice is that leave it and change things around yourself and go back. Greener pastures. A lot of people are looking for greener pastures, but at the end of the day, they're not getting it right. There are some bodies that have been sent back to Nigeria from overseas. Some bodies have been returned back because people have traveled without having information and they end up being killed in the midst of looking for an opportunity. Look at the numbers of boys, young boys, that they are lined up in Libya. Only God knows how many Nigerians they have killed in that country of Libya. Even in South Africa, some Nigerians have been killed in the name of people leaving UK, leaving Nigeria and going to South Africa. I don't believe in that. What has South Africa got to go and work for white men at Johannesburg, Cape Town, and be a second slave? Yeah? That could be the only reason why people are leaving Nigeria to go to South Africa, to go and work for white men at Cape Town, at Johannesburg. What opportunity have they got? And people make their life so miserable for themselves. So the advice I am going to give on today's afternoon 2 p.m. show British time and 3 o'clock Nigerian time is just 1 hour, is to give people an affluent advice. Before you travel, you go overseas, make sure that you do your research properly. Coming to England, a visit visa cannot do you the job if you want to stay. You must have a work permit. Get a sponsor that has a license to employ you before you leave Nigeria. Do necessary exams and tests for those who are on in a medical line to get a good job when you get back to England. And if you're going to go to Dubai, to Qatar, to Kuwait, on what level? Nurses are getting it there. If you're a nurse, then you have the opportunity. I have clients in Dubai doing very well because they are nurse. If you are a nurse, of course they pay them very well in Dubai, in Qatar, and it's tax-free. But you cannot travel to a country without a profession in your hand, without qualification, without a visibility study, knowing where you are going to, knowing where you are heading to. You cannot use Psalm 23 in vain. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You will only be able to use Psalm 23 proactively if you understand what you want for yourself. A greener pastures is seeking an opportunity for a new thing. And when you are seeking that kind of opportunity, look. I was listening to Mama Esther Ajayi yesterday evening on character-wise. I was listening to Mama Esther Ajayi. Mama Esther Ajayi mentioned something in her topic, in her talk. She said, out of arrogance, a lot of us has lost olórí. Ẹni tí ò tó mí fìn, tó mí gèlètè. Ẹni tí ò ní nǹkankan, you don't have anything, and you are using it to think, to deceive people, to show as if you have something. You will not know when that person wants to help you will have come and passed, because there is no humility in your lifestyle. Anyone that talks to people anyhow, shakala, and not humble and arrogant, will always find it difficult to make it in life, to get the greener pastures, because sometimes your greener pastures is next to you. Olórí àyànmọ́ ẹ wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí ìgbéraga, because of pride and arrogance, a lot of people have lost their destiny helper, and that is their greener pastures. Your greener pasture is just next to you. Your greener pastures is just the person next to you. Sometimes you may not know. Sometimes God sends people into our life to be our greener pastures. But because of arrogancy, we lost them in between because our foresight is weak. We fail to realize who we are. And we just pull up a shoulder. The shoulder that is not necessary to pull up at that time. You pull it out, thinking you want to compete with that person. There is no way you can compete with a destiny helper because God will have fully equipped a destiny helper with every mechanism, every necessary things to use in life to assist people. But when they come nearer you, they can be aggressive, they can be stubborn, they can be anybody. But if you don't have discernment spirit, inner mind to think that this could be your greener pastures, you will have used your arrogant attitude to lose that person. When Mama Esther spoke yesterday rightly, I listened to that topic and I said, hold on a minute. Mama, any point here? Mama, any point here? Because me, what I do is that I listen to women majorly and see what they are coming from, what they are saying. I am not biased, but sometimes I do listen to them. Because normally I listen to other speakers very well. Men that have been out there from America, how they speak, how they, they take control of their topic. But I listened to her yesterday and I realized that she said she gave somebody 500,000 some years back to set up business. The person does not have a vision. So the person have completed spending the money, have finished spending the money because when Master Jayi was used as a greener pasture in the life of that person to assist that person, but olóore ti kọjá lára ẹ̀ because kò mọ̀ wá wù. After Mama gave that person money, she has finished spending the money and she's saying to everybody, pé kí ló fún mi. For somebody to give you 500,000, ṣé o ṣiṣẹ́ owó sí lọ́wọ́ ni? And she said many years back, she gave one woman begging money on the street a 10,000 naira then. She said that woman she gave money a 10,000 naira to then to sell pepper. The woman was selling pepper and she asked her, what would you need to leave this place you are standing in the hut begging for money? She said, if I get 10,000 naira, I will continue with my pepper selling and I will make it. Mama put her hand in the pocket then and gave that person 10,000 naira. And the person has now built a house. The person has sent all her children to university from that 10,000 naira. Mama was only used as a greener pasture for that person to complete the destiny that he's ordained for her from heaven. So many times, we lost our greener pastures out of ìgbéraga, arrogancy. The arrogant attitude in human being has made them lose so many good things in their life. For example, there is no way you can dress and compete with your destiny helper. Kò possible. The Yoruba proverb says, "Ẹni tó jù ni lọ, ó lè jù ni lọ." At any time, kò possible. Come máa gbá ọ̀bẹ sílẹ̀ nígbà ìgbà. If you come on the same side, it's like you want to compete with Dangote, Femi Otedola. Femi came to London overnight for her daughter's birthday. He must have returned back. Owó ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Owó ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Owó ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. And you don't have to trade your body for a greener pastures. What will be will be. Olóore àyànmọ́ ò kì í lọ if it's sent from God. You don't have to trade it. Don't trade your precious thing for this kind of thing. When you are looking for greener pasture, don't trade it. A destiny helper assigned to your journey, you have to be great. You have to have humility to discover that person. Because if you are not humble, there is no way you can discover your greener pasture on time. You may travel to Oman to Kuwait while your greener pasture is in Lagos, is in Nigeria. And then you go to Kuwait, you go to Oman, just go and waste 5 years there of your life. Every day we wake up and we sleep. That day go and never come back to us in life. And we've forgotten that yesterday can never be the same as today again. So it is now down to us individually how we make use of it. Mama said if you don't have a program and she give you 10 million naira, you will waste it. Now, out of those that she has been giving money to, let's do a research on them and find out what they have used those money for. Wọ́n á ti ná tán. Àwọn ọmọ ojú ọ̀rọ̀ lárí tí wọ́n ní business. Wọ́n á ti ná tán. Many of them will have slavishly spent the money on clothing. A lot of people think I don't know. Mama sent many of them to Jerusalem. Give them money, give them everything. But they have lavishly spent the money because ọmọ ojú ọ̀rọ̀ lárí ni wọ́n. Wọ́n á raṣọ, wọ́n á show it off on Facebook. Is that what she gave you the money for? No, she gave you the money to find a life for yourself. She gave you the money to find your foot on ground. She did not give you the money to compete with her. She did not give you the money to lavish it on clothing, on jewelries. She gave it to you to better your destiny, to uplift you. Because she's only trying to fulfill her own destiny. The nonsense talk is none of my business. I work hard in life and I don't owe anybody anything in life except my destiny helper, which is my God. As far as it is to today's date, it is through the lawyer work that I am doing everything. But in life, we need to be humble. Humble ourselves so that we will not bypass, we will not walk past our destiny helper. You don't necessarily have to go to Oman to Kuwait to Dubai to see you can find it there. It could be next door neighbor. It could be the person you're looking for. It could be next to you. In East Lagos, you can find the person in greener pastures. I have met with people in life and I said, that's my card. Call me if you need my help anytime. I have met with a young guy in Nigeria. Many of them like that. And I said, that's my business card. Anything you think I can do for you, let me know. I will assist you. But don't come without a plan. You see, if you don't have vision, you cannot have a plan. And you cannot have a greener pastures. There has to be a vision to make it work. There has to be a vision. There has to be a vision. If you don't have vision, you cannot make it work. And it's just something that it bothers me every time. The money you will have take for ticket, for visa, and waste in Kuwait or Oman, in that stupid country that they don't have respect for my color. Why do you have to go there? I'm a black African woman. I'm a proud woman. I'm a proud black woman. Believe me or not, I'm a proud black woman. I'll tell you one story about me if you don't know. I used to work in the government department years back. At that time, I was already a graduate. For you to know that I'm a very, very proud black woman, you know, I am very proud of my color, my tribe, my nationality. I was only fortunate to be born in the United Kingdom and have a British passport to give me that greener pastures. But the main point I want to bring out is that you have to know what you want in life. Working in the government department, I will not mention the department because it's a sensitive, one of the most sensitive departments in the UK. And I felt that I was let down because I'm a black woman. They bypassed me. All those people that I was giving training to, that I control under my cabinet, under my management, they promote them. They gave them an interview. And I was the one training them. So they intentionally sent me on training so that I will not be around when they are going to do it. Speak for yourself when you know this is not right. So I challenge Ban, the biggest boss. I bypass the line manager, I bypass the next manager, I bypass the next manager. I go all the way to the big guy, the big gun. And it was about 5'11", 6 foot height and tall, very tall and handsome white guy. Who cares about his white guy color? I went into his office, I knocked the door. Seeing me alone, he was shocked. He almost asked land to open for him and go inside that land because I don't smile easily. Then, so I went into his office. I said, "May I have my seat, sir?" And he said, "Of course you can. Have your seat." So I sat. I said, "Thank you, sir." So I sat. I said, "Sir, you will realize that I have bypassed many people before coming to you. He said he's wondering why I have to come directly, that didn't come through my manager, I didn't come through the next manager, I did not come through the other manager. I bypassed about 4 managers before him because he's a final manager. And I'm also a manager, and I have people I train. But the people that I train is the people that they promote, they gave the job to in another department so that I will not know. So I went into him. On that day, I closed the door. I sat there. I said, may I have my seat? He said, of course you can. I have my seat. And I said to him, sir, I said, sir, I said, with great humility, I am sorry to say this. Sir, I think you are racist. His color skin changed to pink immediately. I said, with great humility, sir, I think you're racist. I think you are biased in judgment. I think you hate blacks. His skin changed, his eyes changed, but he cannot stand up from where he's sitting because I was sitting politely in front, and I'm not getting close to him. I sit very civil, and I fold my hands when I was talking. I did not do anything stupid, but I was using my mouth to attack him. I said, with great humility, I think you are very racist. I think you are racist, you are biased, and your judgments and your decision. I said, you intentionally sent me on training for a week so that you can clear off what is happening and I will not be aware of it. I said, nothing happened in this department without you knowing about it. I said, so I have conducted my research and I know you are aware of everything happened. I said, I'm sad, but I have to let you know, sir, that you are very racist and you are not treating blacks like white. There is no equal opportunity in the department, and the government department is supposed to practice equal opportunity. I said, but you're not practicing it at all in this situation. I was really mad, but I did not leave my seat. I control my temper. I control everything. So at the end of the day, I left his department. I left his office. I greeted him and I said, thank you for having me in your office. But don't forget I said you are a racist. So I left him. The guy could not come out because I went back into my office and I was in my office. I can see everything going on. So he didn't come out for almost 31 hours in his office. So when it's about, and I didn't leave my office on time, but when it's about 3 o'clock, I went to my line manager. I said, I am having a headache. I said, I need to go home. And he said, of course you can go. So I signed paperwork and I left office at 3 o'clock on that day. And since then, I never returned back to government department. Since then, I've never worked for anybody again in my lifetime. You see, something has to happen in you to push you to your destiny. We might be blaming that manager, that superior, for not giving me that job. But what about what my destiny wanted? What about the people God has chosen for me to take out of bondage? If I've been working and I still work for government department, of course they'll be promoting me because I got sharp mouth. My head is always there. I am good looking. I represent them very well in anywhere they sent me to. And I always put myself together. So they love me. But when it comes to being biased, government department is number one. They are huge in it. They are crediting to it. They are very biased in their decision making when it comes to color issue. So when I left on that day for an headache issue and left office, I did not return back to government department since then. So I went on sick leave because I was really destabilized in mind. Everything just boom and shut down. But my greener pastures is just me, myself, and use my common sense, my education. And since then, I turned table around the clock as a lawyer, as a young lawyer, a young affluent graduate, somebody who has knowledge, very competent in speaking, upright and with a good stature. I just turned things around. I look at myself in the mirror. I said, God, lead me. I am about to make the decision of my life. I said, lead me. But I didn't return back to government department. And since that years, I have never worked for anybody again in my lifetime. And I will never work for anybody, touch wood, in my lifetime. Unless it is not pride. It's about turning what is around you around in your favor. It's about turning disappointment around into your favor. And that is why I love that young lady, fashion lady yesterday. She's a graduate, but she turned everything around her to favor her. And she used her skill and started cutting clothes, drawing and design. If you see all the clothes that they designed for me, you will kudos her. They charge because I spend over 400,000 on clothing to design, to do everything. But I mean the design. They did very well. They did very, very well. All of them that did the job, they were fantastic because they turned negative things around them to positive. And that's what I did for my destiny. I turned negative things around me to positive, to make way where there is no way. Although that time could have been that the world is coming to an end, but the world cannot come to an end because I've already established myself in my brain and I don't eat with both hands. So I have change in my bank account to support me, and my husband is also there then. So it's not that I am alone, it's not that I am struggling financially. I wasn't struggling financially because I don't eat with both hands, so I have good savings. So I took risk and I left that department, and that since then I glorify the name of God in my life. It is about greener pastures. It's about what is around you. It's about your destiny. It's about humility. It's about knowing what you want. It's about speaking for yourself. It's about standing up for yourself without stepping on toes. It's about going for your rights. It's about making use of environment around you. It's about going for somebody who know that has knowledge, understanding, who can help you. Look at me today. I have served again. What I realize is that Nigerians, we don't want to serve. You want to become boss overnight. There is no way you can become boss. Oh, it's not possible. See, Nigerian situation is so terrible. In fact, this recording is really appalling. Nigerian is terrible. They took light. They took light. Nigerian is terrible. It's the network that go off. It's the light. They took light. Nigerian is terrible. It's such a terrible one. When it comes to electricity, they are terrible. So what I'm trying to say is that make use of what is environment, what is around you. Because if you don't make use of what is around you, you lose out. You will lose out. And when you discover somebody wants to help you, humble yourself with great humility and get the help, necessary help. A lot of people will think that many people have come to them, to help them. What if ìgbéraga lé olórí lọ lé aláàánú àyànmọ́ lọ lé gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ torí ìgbéraga torí oúnjẹ ayé oúnjẹ ẹnu. They have sent away their destiny helpers. Yes, because they are so arrogant. Many people, they have sent away their destiny helpers out of arrogancy. So it's all about knowing what you want and make use of what is around you. You see, no river become bigger overnight. And when the rain is dropping, it drops bit by bit by bit by bit before it becomes something. It becomes erosion and become bigger and cause trouble around you. But it will have been warning you when rain is dropping. It will have been warning you. So everything in life is about time. It's about making use of what is around you, environment, people, brain, knowledge, understanding. Make use of anybody you want to make use of. Even if it's me that is useful, make use of me in an affirmative way. Don't just think that I've used her, I've dumped her. Nobody dumped me. Nobody used me and dumped me. I dump people. Nobody. So that's the situation. So if you think somebody has helped you and you have used that person to get to your destination and you have dumped that person, well, you lose. You can't dump destiny helper. Because destiny helper has a long way to go. I want you to help. She still has so many people to help. So she doesn't even think about you anymore. Yours has come and gone. Yours is a past tense in her life. So she doesn't even think about you anymore. She's thinking of those nests on her target, on her tray. Those work that God has given her to do. Assignments. At times it might be difficult. But let me tell you, it depends on your mindset. You see, a lot of people, before they start things, they have already have a negative thought. You can't have a negative mind and think you will be successful. You can't. People will say, oh, then it's not going to be possible because you have already said it negatively, in a negative way, that it won't be possible. So how is it going to be possible? How is it going to be possible? You see, in life, it's about you knowing what you want. Everything in life is not that easy, but you must have a positive mind. You cannot get to your greener pastures if you don't have a positive mind and know what you want for yourself. And greener pasture does not necessarily mean that you have to leave country where you are and travel overseas. It's basically saying that take a new advantage, take a new venture, new activity, new opportunity. That's what greener pasture is saying. It does not say that you have to go to Nigeria, leave Nigeria and go to UK or go to US, go to Canada. No, it's not saying that. It's basically saying take new opportunity, new environment, new, not necessarily environment, but new opportunity, new challenges. Situation of things in life is not equal for everybody, but you've got to be able to know what you want for yourself. I said to myself this afternoon, instead of putting law into our head, let me just talk about greener pastures, because I was just doing something last night, and not even last night, this morning, and something just came and said greener pastures, talk about greener pastures, and I was quiet with no noise, so I listened to that instinct, greener pastures. So by the time I sat down and I researched and looked at it, greener pastures, I realized that it's all about people taking opportunity on board, you know, looking for opportunity in life. That is all it's about, you know. Greener pastures, yeah. You know, so that's just the situation. Greener pastures is about taking opportunity, you know, making use of what is around you, you know. Making use of what is around you. And if you can't make use of what is around you, then it makes it difficult for you. But what I want to talk about, finalize this to conclude this version of this talk show, is always realize your greener pastures next to you. Always realize your destiny helper when it's around or when she's around. God will not come from heaven to help us. It is on this planet that you find your destiny helper, you will find your greener pastures. But great humility is the finest that we are lacking in our life. A bit of change in our pocket, we become so arrogant to everybody around us and thinking that we've had it all. Sometimes you might think you have 100 million naira in your account, but if you are humble, your 100 million can multiply to 200 to 500 million. But if you're not humble, 100 million, you can easily spend it lavishly and even spend it and squander it into the wrong hand, into scammers, into 419. Because you're not humble, you are arrogant. So we've got to realize that great humility is what we need to do the job. It's what we need to do the job, to help our destiny. It is not necessary for us to travel overseas. It can be done around us here. You can do it wherever you are, but you must have a positive mind at the end of the day to get things done. With your positive mind, and don't look left, don't look right, just focus. You know, when you are this optician will ask you to look into their hands like this and focus. If you can focus and stop looking here and looking there, you get the result of the eye test done properly. Look into the eyes like this and you get the result done. Focus. You cannot be carrying friends, be a party goers, copying people, a gossiper, a jealous, a backbiter, a wicked person, a person full of hatred, and thinking that you can get to your promised land easily. It's not that easy. Sometimes you have to discipline yourself. Don't get me wrong, nobody is saint. But sometimes in the journey, once you realize who you are, you have to discipline yourself to get things right. If you don't know how to discipline yourself, big girls. Some people are big girls and they are suffering underneath. Because they just can't manage themselves. They have no discipline. So they are bigger for nothing. Copycats, photocopying is what is killing people. And that's why they cannot realize their greener pastures. Because they are just full of photocopy, copying person. A destiny cannot be swapped. Could possibly forget it. It can never be swapped. What is ordained for you from heaven is yours. And what is not yours is not yours. You must be positive in anything you're doing in life. If you're not positive, you cannot get to your destination. Forget it. Okay. That's fine. You know, so that's the situation of things. You have to be positive in everything you do. You have to be positive. You're not positive, you can't get there. You know, you can't get there. You can't get there. You've got to be positive, be upright and focused. So I want to appreciate all of you. The wise word is that be humble in anything you do in life. Do it with great humility. You see, after church show, when you meet me outside, I am like a person that when you drop water into my mouth, I can't talk. But when I'm on church show or I'm in court or I'm giving advice, that is when I am a bit vocal. But the moment, for those who have come across me at a party, in a place, I just sit down. I watch. I watch things around me closely. The hotel I am staying, they asked me for my occupation. I wrote trader. And I told them I'm from South Africa. So they don't know where I come from. They don't even know my name. Because that is life for you to learn from now. People know you, they get closer to you once they know your status and they make use of you. You've just got to be humble and get what you want from those who want to get it. With great humility. Things come from my mind when I want to help people. Nobody push me. I do it from my heart. And when it has to stop, I stop immediately. And once I stop, I stop. Because life that we are living today is very funny. And we've got to really be funny with it sometimes. But when you see me outside, you will not believe that is me. I dress to blend. I didn't dress as if I'm from London or from anywhere or anything. Even the tailor girls that did all my clothes, they were asking questions. I didn't give them an answer. Mommy, which country are you from? Mommy, what do you do for a living? I said, that is not what you need. What you need is the money that I'm paying you to do my good job. I don't want any close relationship. And that's how it's supposed to be. Give distance. You have to be humble in everything you do. In Lagos, I don't carry friends. I don't have friends anywhere in the world that I can say friends. My husband and my children is what I rely on. And they know they can never let me down. I know they can never let me down. When this is not going on and my head is turning down, I call my husband anywhere he says, I'm saying, where are you, Olagbayi? I have this headache. What do I do? And you say, listen, this is the way to go about it. Go this, go this. Even in Lagos, when I get lost in Lagos, when driver, I call my husband and say, listen, this is the situation in Lagos. He said, no, I stop a bit. So from driver, could baby by. To run him way, go on dear. Because he was born in Lagos. I wasn't born. He grew up in Lagos, but I wasn't born in Lagos, but he grew up from his youth age in Lagos. But he wasn't born in Lagos, but grew up in youth from his youth age, about 8 years old or 9 years from that he came to Lagos. So he knows his Lagos very well. Be careful who you want to get close to. Be careful the type of friends you want to have. Be careful the people you want to share your mind with. Life is delicate and dangerous. Trust me. When things is not going well the way they want, they will turn it against you. And everything that you have kept in their hands as secret will be exposed. And you'll be asking God to take your life at that time. Somebody that has nothing to lose don't get close to them. If they have nothing to lose, don't take them as your pal. Don't let them get close to you. If I want to get close to anyone, I make sure you've got something to lose. Or if you force yourself to get closer to me, I check the environment and I see that you get something to lose. So 50-50. But still, I will still look at it in that manner, unlike getting close to somebody that doesn't have anything. To put about down for me, so his life is about choosing things carefully. It's about being very careful. On Monday, we will go into law, and we will pieces the immigration and nationality law, the latest on Brexit law. We will look at it. And I will look at the situation of the European residents in the United Kingdom on Monday. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't changed with great humility. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for bearing with me with my network in Nigeria. It's just so bad. It's very appalling. The network in Nigeria is bad. But I'll tell you that this hotel have done very well. If it's what other hotels that I used to use, we wouldn't have been able to use this perfectly today. But this hotel has a Class A network because of the class of people that stay in there. You know, I appreciate all of you. Thank you for bearing with me. Until next time, I can't have it better than what I am having from all of you on this platform. I know names that come on board. I know you every time. Bless all of you. May the good Lord continue to bless the work of your hand. May you never lack in Jesus' name. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.